Is it harder to raise 25 million to make a film, or is it harder to raise 1 or 2 million for a smaller film?
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
The answer is easy. It's harder to raise $1 million than 25 million. I'm just saying there's a prejudice against films under $1 million.
Matatu Film Festival 2015. We are backstage with the Asney documentary. I got the Apara twins. I got the homie. We just chilling. So, you know, I wanted to figure out, why are people here? What is it about this film? What is it about this woman, Asney Warku, that we in Oakland know very little about? What is it that attracted people to fill up this hall that's about to go down right now? It's full. Why did y'all come?
Right. Well, the honest truth is, a good friend of mine, of ours, invited us because a friend is moving back to Ethiopia, and so we're all coming here really to celebrate her and our friendship. And so, of course, we invited Tasha because she's part of our close unit. And then, of course, I had to look up the documentary, what is it about? And I was like, wow, this is going to be dope. This is about a vanguard. This is about a woman who's busting down barriers and stereotypes. And so basically, I looked up the documentary just to see what it was about, and I saw that it's about a woman who's not asking for permission to be herself. And that really just struck a chord with me, because I feel like as women, we all go through a time where we feel like we have the self we want to be for ourselves, and then the self we're trying to be for others, whether it's family or partners or work or whatever. And I was just like, wow, if this sister was doing this back in the day, that's really courageous. So I told my twin and my homegirl, I was like, we need to go. And y'all tell about why y'all wanted to come.
Well, I wanted to go because my twin sister Kua told me, and usually, 100% of the time, she's always up on what's going on in the community, especially in the African diaspora, and it's always going to be hella dope, whatever she recommends, straight up. But when she told me a little bit about the woman, I just thought it was pretty awesome, because I like seeing how African women, you know, black women in the diaspora embody womanness, because I learned a lot from that, especially being in the diaspora. I like to learn how femininity and womanhood is, you know, embodied, or how it is, you know, done, and what I can learn from that. So yeah, because I kind of feel like as a part of the diaspora, I belong to all of those cultures, you know, since we don't know exactly where we came from. So I get inspired by all of it. So yeah, I wanted to see, you know, what it meant for her to be, you know, a Habesha woman, and what I can learn from that.
Interesting. How about you?
And I'm here because they invited me, and I'm very open to other cultures. I myself am Black and Filipino, so I know where in the Philippines I'm from, but as far as my African roots, I don't know where I'm from. So I'm always interested and excited to learn about other cultures, especially African cultures. And I love these two ladies, and they just have really great energy, and they're very positive women. And I just want to be around other positive people in Oakland doing something positive.
Well, last question that I want all of you guys to address. What is the importance of us watching movies that are not from California, that are not from New York, that are not from the United States? I mean, what is the importance of us watching a documentary that's straight from Addis Ababa, and that doesn't have any American cut to it, no European cut, no British cut to it, no French cut to it? What does that mean?
Well, I will say for me, especially as someone who just cut off all of their, you know, permed hair, and my sister would tell you just today, I was like, oh, should I go get some extensions? Should I do some crochet braids? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna keep on my short kinky curls. It's important for me because we have to understand that cinema and just performance art, that's not a European thing. I mean, we've been doing that for thousands and thousands of years, and it's great to see how cinema is done in other places. It's vital that we, as, you know, a human people, but also as an African people, an African descended people, don't just get our cultural context from a European context. it's absolutely critical. You know, I realize just, you know, if I'm just watching American movies, if I'm just getting my sense of womanhood and femininity from American, which is already based in a white supremacist idea. I mean, people can BS and stuff about it, but it's just the truth, straight out. You know, it's important for me to see other movies, even if it's from, you know, Pakistan or, you know, India, anywhere in Africa. Just how do other people live their life and how do they present art? You know, because we don't have the, what's the word? We don't have we don't have it on lock. Like, we don't own that.
Right.
You know, we don't own art. So it's important. Yeah.
They were just like chilling in South Africa, just like hanging out, like having a good time. The girl, the main character, she like committed suicide though, but outside of that, it's like they were just like hanging out.
So, you know, I'm looking forward to Red Leaves. I'm looking forward to Saul Williams performing tonight.
Exactly.
What you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward for Saul, came here for Saul, got his new book, and I'm looking forward to the Bobito and Stretch film on Saturday.
Okay, good luck with that one.
Good luck with that one.
Well, I'm looking forward to Shafiq Hussein.
Okay.
You know, the brother, he did some production for Erykah Badu. He's coming up tomorrow. And I think the Ethiopian films, Asni is a dope one and Red Leaves is a dope one that I'm looking forward to seeing and seeing the response that people have to it.
Most def.
Man, tell them who you are, man.
Mike, AKA Macoliano, AKA Africano Fotografia, photographer.
Checking, Twittering, Googling. That's the man out here.
Exactly. Just even like, you know, like Viola Davis said today, or the other day on her Emmy speech, she said, we can't win Emmys for roles that aren't there. And what I love about Shonda Rhimes and even about seeing other cinema, there's plenty of, and even if you want to take it back to Usman Sembene, who was doing, you know, a black girl back in the day, there's always people doing African cinema with African women. We have to look elsewhere, we look elsewhere, but let's not act like America is the end all be all. It's not. Lots of people are putting African black skinned women in roles.
It's the Matatu Film Festival. I'm here with one half of the Black Spirituals. My comrade, not just my homeboy. Notice that I said comrade. That's, to me at least, that's a deeper word than homeboy. Homeboy is a top level, but comrade means something more, somebody who do some work with you. This is Marshall of the Black Spirituals, and we're gonna talk a little bit about what y'all doing at the festival, man. Tell the people a little bit about who are the Black Spirituals and where did y'all get that name?
Well, all right. Thank you, JR. Thank you, brother. Black Spirituals came from investigating the Negro spirituals. My homie Zachary James Watkins, who's not here with us right now, he's actually curating an event down like down the street, also part of this amazing festival. But he found a tape of Bernice Regan teaching a choir how to sing Black spirituals. And so there's a moment where she says, you know, she's singing like, you know, my troubles is hard. And she's saying, don't say my troubles is hard. Say my troubles is hard. So she's telling her choir, if you've had those troubles, then you can sing that song because the inflection of your troubles comes out through your voice. So it's embodied. And so when we talk about Black arts, Black experience coming out through our arts, through the drum, all this good stuff, we are able to manifest those struggles and then interpret them through our bodies and our music and our language.
You guys have two very interesting symbols that represent for the Black Spirituals. What are those symbols and why did you pick those particular symbols?
Thank you, brother, for asking that question. So we found that during the Underground Railroad, abolitionists used quilt codes to help guide fugitive slaves and Civil War veterans to freedom. So the North Star quilt code, the wagon wheel quilt code, those things appear on our album cover. And it stands for this moment to reinsert these ideas into current society. We were able to perform, we were asked to perform at the Exploratorium, and we used they had a 100 system array of speakers. So we put all that information into the speaker system, and so the geniuses there were able to have all those patterns with our music going into the audience. So we feel that the audience is all of a sudden getting this injection of this abolitionist, multicultural, emancipatory like symbols through our music.
I ain't gonna even front, man. You know, I'm feeling myself at the Matatu Film Festival, and you know what came into my mind when you were stuttering? That's like God's DJing. Right? You know, he was like abolitionist. I was like, that shit is dope. Marshall Black Spirituals. What are you excited about at the Matatu Film Festival, bro? Like, I know you're performing. I know you're probably getting paid. What other than that? What artistically, who did you want to see? What films are you excited about? And where does art need to go in Oakland? And what excited you about this?
Yo, really has to do with Michael Orange and Maria Giudice, like how they've worked with us, how they're working with all these different artists and the spaces, and it's a good model for other places. As with Black Spirituals, we've been able to travel around Europe and the East Coast just recently, and it's interesting to see what people are doing and what they're not doing. And when you see how the community comes out, but what is the network? So no matter what happens next year, I'm interested in like how is this network going to build and build and get better and better, because different things are going to flow through. But I would say as a foundation for my own work, what kind of strategies are in place, and I see Michael and Maria deploying strategies for the evolution of like Black arts and creativity.
Well, brother, I want to thank you for coming on the fantastic Traveling Film Circus show, and you know, a lot of shout outs to the Black Spirituals because y'all are very courageous for doing what y'all doing. It's an improvisational band, y'all. So y'all don't even know what the hell you gonna play.
It's
night
free.
after night up.
Homie
Do you know what you
solo.
gonna play? Like when you before, like 5 minutes before you play it, do you know?
No, we might say, well, okay, who's gonna solo? You gonna go first? Are we gonna do a duo and then break out? Just to form.
See, you're trying to be politically correct. Does the whiskey change it? Does the marijuana change like how your solo is going?
Oh yes, yeah, for sure. Like things get open.
Because I noticed you got like wild hair and shit like that.
You know, I
like the music?
I started going bald, so then I just let the hair roll.
That's my man Marshall.
The antenna to the sky.
The antennas.
Yeah.
Tuning in. Black Spirituals, Marshall, Minister Information, JR, fantastic Traveling Film Circus. We at the Matatu Festival of Stories 2015. Right. Look out for that Bayview newspaper, Block Report Radio, and the San Francisco Black Film Festival. We out, baby. Well, what I'm interested most in hearing from you is be it that you were born in Africa on the continent and the film was about South African youth post-apartheid. How do you feel about Necktie Youth?
Well, I really appreciated the aesthetics. I thought that there wasn't this fetishization of this Africa that is more traditional than it is current. I really appreciated how the film was able to capture South Africa in this place that is very modern and current. I think that there is like it's often misportrayed, the country, especially the way that we do things. So I felt like you kind of brought it to current.
So you liked it?
Or you? Or did you direct it?
Directed it.
Oh, okay. So I like the way the film did that.
Well, do you give it 2 thumbs up? Would you refer it to people? Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I liked it. I really liked it.
Rolling. We here live at the Matatu Festival of Stories. I'm with the artist in residence, the man who is putting all the visuals to this festival. It's none other than Matatu Tesfa. How are you, bro?
Good. How you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Tell us, man. You just made this shirt right before the festival?
Yeah. So I like to draw on shirts, and so I have these like industrial like solid markers so you can draw on them and stuff. So just made this shirt before I got here.
That's what's up, man. Tell us a little bit about the images that you are using to visualize the Matatu Festival of Stories. What images did you bring out, and why did you bring those images to the festival?
And so I met Michael a couple months ago. I mean, I've known him for a while, but we kind of worked on this project starting like 3-4 months ago, and I've just been making a bunch of a lot of African patterns, doing a lot of interlocking faces, and kind of creating a particular visual aesthetic for the Matatu Film Festival, and just yeah, that's pretty much
Out of the festival, what was your favorite film?
My favorite film, I forget the name of the film, but it was this one sister who was like a fashion designer, and it was about her relationship to like African fashion and how she's kind of pushing that, and how it's really just like the whole. For me, it was mostly about the idea of like a family business, and how she was kind of working it out with her sister to make this show happen. And so I like that one because it was a solid documentary.
I saw that film too.
How about you?
I liked it.
What'd you like?
I liked that film. I liked Asney. I liked Red Leaves.
Yeah. Red Leaves is great.
Yeah.
I thought Red Leaves was great too.
Yeah. Oakland, baby.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Did you like the festival, brother?
What's festival?
He didn't even know it was a festival. Oakland, 2015, Matatu Film Festival. That's how we do. In the town, ain't no fear. Just walk up on the interview and make it known. Everybody's voice is appreciated.
That's it.
So, you said that you thought Red Leaves was weird?
No, good.
Good.
I was agreeing with you that was like one of the films that I...
That is dope. Yeah. Right on, man. Thank you. See you soon. I know you at the Omni Gallery in downtown Oakland, right?
Yep, Omni Gallery, doing that, and then got 2 shows going on with the Matatu Film Festival at Miss Ollie's, as well as Flight Deck.
Dope. In the building, stories being told from all type of different platforms. Matatu Tesfa is here.
Generally, when I have long periods of time to perform, I'm a storyteller. So, and that is a really important component when it comes to Kora, West African harp, because it comes out of the Jalia tradition of West Africa, and a part of that is not just musical, but it's also like oral history. And so music and oral history and storytelling, mythology, historical events, like music is kind of the container for those things, historically and traditionally, really since the 13th century. So I find a new way to interpret it and like incorporate that theme and that tradition into like my own music. And it's done in a contemporary way, but like that's really the root of it, which is that I feel like whether it's through visual art, because I'm a painter as well, or it's through writing or it's through music, like I'm telling the story of something, either myself or somebody else.
I thought that added so much.
Nice. I wish I could have done
to the
it more.
musical experience, and I just wish more musicians would do that.
Yeah.
So now you're being attached to a film festival.
Mm-hmm.
So what connection to the film do you think the music brings or adds to, or are we just here?
Wow. Well, you know, it was actually very intentional to show this film and for me to play as a part of it.
I thought so too. I wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah. Michael approached me actually about playing, and we decided it would be awesome to do it together, like in conjunction with the film. And he sent me a few that it didn't resonate, I didn't feel connected. And then he mentioned this one, he's like, you know, I have this thing about this woman, she plays this harp in Ethiopia. And I was like, a woman harp player from the continent of Africa, to me is like really special. And so, of course, I'm a big fan of the karar anyways. And so, one, I play an instrument that is traditionally only played by men, historically. And so being a woman within that tradition and seeing Asna Kechwarku as well within that tradition, being a woman playing this traditional instrument, I felt like it was a really special connection. And I wanted people to know that when they sat down and they watched the film, that not just in Ethiopia, but in other parts of the continent, Africa has this really long tradition of string music and classical music.
Yes.
And so usually I think what happens is when people see, they think of West African music, they think of drumming and percussion, and they don't realize like there's this extensive string music, classical music tradition with like banjos, guitars, harps.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's so diverse, and I wanted to like add to that, to kind of educating people about that like Africa has classical music too. Like
I played viola for years, and to find out that, well, I kind of knew within myself, because I believe that the foundation of just about anything that we do in this world finds some world in Africa. It's find some basis in Africa, and therefore it's necessary to remind us, those of us in the modern day theology, that it does get a little deeper than you think it is.
Yeah, totally.
It gets a little deeper than you think it is. Because like I would think that it would, but I wouldn't know without any history.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Right? So, for me, as the co-director of the San Francisco Black Film Festival, coming to the Matatu Film Festival and meeting you, the merging of the media, I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
We got to keep doing this.
No, absolutely. And I think I remember sitting down in a great interview with E8b Express with a wonderful artist, Mahader Tesfaye, and Michael Orange, and Maria, who's like one of the co-producers of the festival. And Michael really being very adamant that it's the festival of stories. So the stories can take any medium. It's through music, it's through visual art, it's through film, through dance. Those are the tradition of storytelling is prevalent and embedded in all of these different aspects. And so it completely makes sense that we would find ways to integrate them.
And I think cinema for Americans is easy. So that's where we should take the opportunity to branch off into something else.
Yeah, to
introduce them to a new instrument.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Thank you.
I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Thank you.
I really did. So we're going to wrap it up.
Thank you so
much.
And
thank you very much for taking time to spend time with us with the Traveling Film Circus.
Thank you. Should I say my name?
Hey, you guys, please.
Whenever we wrap it up, try to get any of her contact information, or if she wants somebody to go to Twitter or something like that.
But you're still rolling, and you're going to merge it and you're going to splice it and edit it, right?
Your job right now.
So.
Yes.
If I would appreciate it. The San Francisco Black Film Festival and the Traveling Film Circus would appreciate it if you would let the listening and viewing audience know exactly who you are, your name and your contact, and we can find more of your information. We can find more of your music.
Absolutely.
And when you're going to be in the city again, because I know you're going to be in the city soon.
I am going to be in the city. Okay, got it. I'm ready. Got it. All right. My name is Zena, and you can find me at Zena Music with a K, ZenaMusik.com. And you can also find me on Instagram and Twitter at Zena Music. And I will be playing on October 10th from 7 to 8 p.m. in the lobby of the Yerba Buena Center for the Arts. And it's a free show. And then in addition to that, I'll be playing at the New Parish on November 13th, opening for a great group called Rising Appalachia. So those are my next 2 events, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.
It's the Matatu Film Festival. We are here. It is getting to the end of Friday night. I'm feeling myself. The Minister of Information, JR, and I'm here with Miss Brittany. Trinidadian descent, beautiful as ever.
Thank you.
What did you come to see at the Matatu Film Festival?
We definitely came to see Eden, Selection DJ.
She's dope?
Yeah, she's definitely dope. She has some pretty cool mixes on Selection. So Eden Hagos, I think. Maybe Hagos, probably Hagos. But she's pretty tight. The film seemed really cool. I just got stuck at work. But really
Are you going to dance, or are you like one of those music connoisseurs that sit at the bar and listen to the music? Or do you dance with the guys who are thirsty and who want to dance with it and find them a girlfriend? Is that,
Those are 2 extremes. I feel like you can be a music connoisseur and wiggle or dance. You don't have to dance with the thirsty guys or girls.
Or girls. You right.
Yeah, definitely into music. Always trying to wiggle.
Always trying to wiggle.
Yeah, definitely trying to wiggle.
Matatu Film Festival. Beautiful wiggling women.
Beautiful wiggling women.
Brittany, we out.
10 years after his death, it's a name that still rings out through the San Francisco Bay Area, to a network of underground hip-hop fans around the world, and to many of the biggest stars in music today.
It's your boy Wiz Khalifa, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mac Dre. One of the best ever.
Like, he just gives you that spirit, the whole like mentality, it's just a fresh, just too fresh. He was way too fresh.
He's just bigger than life, I guess, you know?
I'm just a big Dre fan in general. Just of his style, of his aura, of his essence, what he brought to the game as far as being yourself, doing you.
We just watched the Asni film, a documentary about Asni Ketch War Crew. How did you feel about the film?
It was very inspirational.
Why?
Really incredible. Well, seeing, first of all, having culture like this come to Oakland and seeing as many people who are connected through the arts and the music, seeing a legacy, you know, of young artists and older artists, is incredibly beautiful. Being able to, and then the story of Asni, just being able to see how liberated she was, and just as a reminder of how liberating the arts are in general and how we need to keep our legacy alive right here and right now, because soon we're going to be the ones that are going to be documented and the stories are going to be told about. And what is it that we have sung? What have we done? How is it that we walk the earth that's allowed, you know, those who will come before us and those who come after us to really remember our legacy as.
What made you excited about the Matatu Film Festival? Why did you come out?
Literally, and honestly, I came out because my friend bought the ticket and dragged me and said, come. And I said, well, what is this? What am I going to? And there's an Ethiopian friend of mine, and you know, I came and I saw a lot of good folks, and I said, well, this is something that I've got to be a part of, you know. So I came really not knowing what I was getting into, but I came and just was immersed in a lot of depth and a lot of culture. I haven't been to Ethiopia since 1993. And I felt like I was there again, you know, and when I did go and I spent a year in Africa, I felt like I was back home. So it's nice to know that it's right at my doorstep. It's very difficult to travel to the motherland to feel grounded, but when you know that there's people who are keeping it alive in their souls and their hearts and that have the courage to bring something like that to stage, it makes all the difference. So
that's what's up. Well,
it's a nice night.
Well, thank you. Matatu Film Festival, all the beautiful women are out. All the beautiful intellectual women who have something that they're thinking about. We here. You see how busy it is. You see how busy it is.
No Cadillac, no perms, you can't see. Then I'm a motherfucking PRC.